Today, we are going to talk about the end-of-year data collection, Title I, Part D. My name is Laura Popp. I am a point of contact for you with questions related to NRD. Additional contacts for NRD, Alex Charles and Dr. Nick Anderson. Our contact information is on the screen and will be shown again at the end of this presentation. Let's begin by talking about the purpose and use of the year-end data collection. State-operated programs such as the Department of Juvenile Justice and the Department of Public Safety receiving Title I Part D Subpart 1 funding, and also PSUs receiving Title I Part D Subpart 2 funding are required to complete this data collection. Data collected is used in the Consolidated State Performance Report and is used primarily to evaluate the program with an emphasis on student academic and vocational outcomes. Data is manually entered in PowerSchool and is due on or before June 17, 2023. The Part D NRD Aggregate module can be found in the menu on the left side of your PowerSchool screen under Federal Title I. You see a screenshot here at left with the correct module highlighted. If you are unable to see this report, please contact the PSU District PowerSchool Coordinator. Once you click on Part D NRD Aggregate, you will see several tables where you can enter data. The first table involves information related to your programs and facilities. Let's take a closer look at Table 1. When you get to Table 1, you will click on the Edit button in order to enter your data. Which Edit button you click on depends on the program or facility for which you are entering data. If you are a PSU with a local neglected facility within your attendance zone, you will click on the Edit button to the left of Neglected Programs. If you are a PSU with a local delinquent facility within your attendance zone, you will click on the Edit button to the left of Other Programs. PSUs, please note the category, such as whether a program is a neglected or a delinquent program, does not change from year to year unless there has been an official change in the purpose for which the institution is operated. Therefore, students within a given institution should be counted as neglected or delinquent. For example, if an institution is operated for the care of neglected children, but the majority of the children residing in the institution are children adjudicated to be delinquent, the children in that institution must still be reported as neglected children until the institution's charter or purpose is officially changed to show that it is an institution operated for the care of delinquent children. So use the original charter of the institution to determine whether students are reported as neglected or delinquent. The only time a PSU would have data for both neglected programs and other programs, delinquent, is if there are 2 or more facilities located within the PSU's attendance zone, each with a different charter. If you are a state-operated program, you will click on either Juvenile Detentions, Juvenile Corrections, or Adult Corrections to enter your data. Once the Edit button is clicked, you will be able to enter information. You will enter the number of programs and facilities. Next, you will enter the number of days per year that the educational program operates. If you are a PSU who provides regular educational services for students living in a local NRD facility, count the number of school days in your calendar year. If your local NRD facility provides their own regular educational program, for example, students remain on site at the facility for school, then count the number of days per year that this educational program operates. Next, you will enter the average length of stay for students in days. Please note that multiple visits can be included. when calculating the average number of days. Average length of stay is calculated by dividing the length of time each child entering the institution stays by the total number of children passing through the facility in a given year. We'll also enter the number of programs reporting data and whether you were able to enter data on student outcomes after exit. Please note that if you were unable to collect data on student outcomes after exit, you will need to provide a detailed explanation as to why not. Once you have entered information for this table, be sure to click the Submit button below this data entry screen. Once Table 1 is completed, the remaining tables will be completed in a similar manner. Each table has edit buttons on various rows that correspond with the different program types. Be sure to click on the Edit button that matches the program type you have to enter your data. Data entered in tables 2 through 10 correspond with the table headings. Be sure to click the Submit button at the bottom of each data entry screen once finished. Table 2 involves students served in your program. You will report the number of students in each category. Your total unduplicated count should count students only once, even if they were admitted to the same facility or program multiple times. Your total long-term students refers to students who were enrolled for at least 90 consecutive calendar days from July 1 through June 30. You'll also enter information for the number of students with disabilities and the number of LEP students. Table 3 involves information about the race or ethnicity of your students. Please note that Hispanic students include any student whose ethnicity is Hispanic, regardless of his or her race. Table 4 involves the number of male and female students. Table 5 involves the age of students, 3 through 21. Table 6 involves student outcome data. If data is not available for a given category, enter 0. In Table 1, if you indicated that you were unable to collect data on student outcomes after exit, then the 90 days after exit column will be pre-filled with zeros. Please note that 90 days after exit means any time between the exit and 90 days after the exit. Table 7 involves academic performance in reading for long-term students. As a reminder, long-term students are students who attended for at least 90 consecutive days. Table 8 is also about academic performance in reading for long-term students. After entering the total number of long-term students, you will enter the number of long-term students who had a negative grade level change. This means students who scored lower on the post-test when compared with the pre-test. We'll also enter the number of students who had no change in grade level when comparing pre- and post-test scores, improvement of up to 1 full grade level, and improvement of more than 1 full grade level. The final two tables, Table 9 and 10, are similar to Table 7 and 8, except they involve academic performance in math for long-term students. Here is Table 10, your final data entry screen. Once you finish entering all data, you will see an Approve Year-End button in blue. Click on the button. If your data entry is error-free, your name and timestamp will be recorded. If you have additional questions, feel free to contact me or one of my colleagues. You see our information on the screen at this time. Also, we will hold office hours on June 7th at 2 p.m. and again on June 9th at 10 a.m. for any questions you may have about this data collection. Link to join the office hours is in the weekly listserv. Thank you for watching this webinar. Have a wonderful day.